Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna call up the April 10th, school board meeting, and we have a forum. Tim is not gonna be here tonight, and let me know, and so did, Mary. All right, so we do have forum, so let's I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Here. And that agenda. Move to approve the agenda. Second, okay, all in favor? All right, and then the consent agenda. And you approve the consent agenda.
Second.
All in favor? All right, great, well, wow. Special presentations, we have a student representative here tonight, give us some information. Hi, everyone.
So we have coming up our spring sale for the Bulldog Market, which is on Saturday, May 11th, starting at 9 a.m. And if you want more information on the Creswell High School website homepage, there's more. And then also upcoming is the drawing production of Alice in Wonderland, and the school website has all the show times for that. And then we also have been able to do some fun activities and learning events lately, and a couple of those have been an aviation class field trip to Evergreen Aviation and Space Museum, and then an industry tour to eWeb. And also we had our hostess state competition, which Sophie Vaughn placed first in pharmacy science and Brooke Mullen placed second in dental science. And then we also had our FBLA state competition, and we had a lot of people that placed. Our student champions were Asher Parsons, who placed first in accounting one, Cameron Leonard, who placed first in business communications, Mackenzie Starr, who placed first in organizational leadership, and Eddie Cantor, Deacon Edwards, and Manny Mesa, who placed first in international business, and Elliot Kinney and Kylie Leonard placed first in intro to event planning. And then we also had some others in advertising. Taylor Carson placed fifth, and Joanna Spriggs placed 10th. And in business ethics, Kevin Hanneman, Alex Lopez Rodriguez, and Joanna Spriggs placed fifth. And then, sorry, a lot of names. Paige Ledgerwood placed eighth in business ethics. Joe Mediati, Asha Parsons, and Carson Williamson placed 10th in business ethics. Nathan Barrett, Slater Curtis, and Cameron Leonard placed fourth in business management. Carson Williamson placed fifth in economics, and Nathan Barrett placed fifth in economics. Addison Green, Jayla Hinton, and Kylie Perez placed sixth in entrepreneurship. Lauren Bailey and Connor Wynn placed third and sixth in human resource management. Kylie Leonard placed second in impromptu speaking. Chase Carson, Matthew Jenkins, and Connor Wynn placed seventh in intro to event planning. Jordan Lee placed second in intro to FBLA. Darian Dewey placed ninth in job interview. Chloe Hallgren placed fourth in journalism, and Jalen Hinton placed seventh in journalism. Ruby Blomberg, Taylor Carson, and Jessica Farrell placed second in marketing. Joe Mediati placed 10th in networking infrastructures. Addison Green placed fourth in organizational leadership. Kylie Perez placed ninth in personal finance, and Kimberly Kelsey and Titan Wynn placed sixth in sports entertainment management. So there's a lot of people that placed. And I didn't go to FBLA. Yeah, I didn't go to FBLA, but I went to HOSA, and it was overall like a really fun trip, and we got to like learn different things and do workshops while we were there, and we got to hear like a motivational speaker and stuff. So overall, it was good. And that's it.
Right. Well, thank you very much. As always, you don't have to take the one. Okay. Thank you for coming. Yes, you. All right. Superintendent report.
Yes, okay, so, you see my list of activities there. Any questions on my March activities? And then, the bond updates, I highlighted the stuff that's current, or in progress in green. The things that are in black have already been accomplished. So these are the things that we're working on currently.
What are we digging out at the side of, at the end? That end of the track, there's like a big line that's being dug out.
Exactly where the fence is going, it's the concrete. We're putting in they're prepping for the concrete that the fence is gonna be in, and it's gonna create that ability so that there's no weeds growing up inside the fence.
So we have a 2-foot nose strip that's going, it's gonna hug the track on most of the track on the south end. South, lanes. But it'll come out almost straight to the fence that goes along the parking lot there. And, there's a 2-foot nose strip that fence is gonna sit on. And it will stop it's gonna go right up to the track.
Interesting. Okay, cool.
So we can keep it clean. And, it also helps with the longevity of the life of the track when the weeds don't go up
Yeah,
into the track.
I can see
itself.
some of them are.
Yeah.
Yeah, the edge is really, that's where it really starts to deteriorate.
Yeah.
And with the concrete next to it to support it, it'll hold up longer.
Okay, cool, thank you.
And then others on the back. Did you have any questions on any of the bond projects? So my report highlights, spring break was fun. Spring break. The policy committee, of course, is a blast. We had.
Riveting.
And then I didn't have this on my report for you, but we had a CTE core design team meeting. Where we really started to narrow down some of the parameters on what the CTE building is gonna look like. And so we're gonna kind of continue that here at the district level. The core team has the architects, from Soderstrom, Joel, myself, Jenny, Gilbert, and then we're kind of giving this thing, and Bethany, from way out here, to $20 million down into where reality is with us, to kind of get kind of an overview of what this building might be, and then we'll move out into the bigger design team to start getting input. But we went over the survey results and matched those up with the programs that we were kind of thinking of that might be in there, and it was a little surprising on how those results came out, but there was about 100 and something participants in the survey, which they felt was really high, but for us, that's a really low turnout. We usually see thousands in our surveys, but in this one, there just didn't seem to be that much interest in the survey, as far as the whole community goes. But we went over those, and now they're going to take those survey results and compare them to the Lane County workforce demands in Creswell and then the broader Lane community, and then what goes on beyond that. And so we can start to see what will serve our kids best. Not best, but how we can incorporate those best things into this building and our planning. And, but yeah, then we will move out and get, more folks involved in to give input in whoever wants to volunteer and give input to the design team.
Sweet.
And we will bring some teachers onto that core team. We'll build that out, after we get some of these parameters, in place. So that's my report. Any questions or comments or?
Busy as usual.
Yeah.
Busy, fun stuff, lots of fun
I
stuff.
like the fun stuff.
Good, all right, on to unfinished business. Looks like we have action items. So we move to.
I think we have to move.
And then I read the best, right, okay, so,
I move to approve the superintendent's evaluation.
Second that.
right, and then I read that, no? Yep. Okay, sorry, I wasn't sure about that. Right, so we have the evaluation for Mike, and so the evaluation statement for Mike Johnson, school year 2023-2024. The Creswell School Board of Directors has completed the annual evaluation of Superintendent Mike Johnson. Superintendent Johnson has been employed as a superintendent since July 1st, 2019. This evaluation is for the academic school year 2023-2024. The evaluation process included 3 data sources: Superintendent Johnson's self-evaluation presented to the board during an April executive session, feedback from the direct reports on the superintendent's goals and the board's direct observations and experiences with Superintendent Johnson. The board speaks with one voice and provides one evaluation to the superintendent. This year's evaluation is focused on 4 superintendent goals and 7 national standards of performance. The Creswell School District Board recognizes that Superintendent Johnson has continued to be a highly effective and accomplished leader for our school district. His leadership has been both visionary and student-focused. This year, he has begun implementing our new strategic plan, moving the district forward with clear definition and purpose. To support the strategic plan, he spearheaded an outstanding bond campaign that passed with an overwhelming 70% approval. The bond, combined with grants, has been and will be used to modernize our facilities and security. This has been a long process in which Superintendent Johnson has shown perseverance and commitment to our students by bringing these projects to fruition. The bond funding will also provide the students and community a new CTE building, giving them the opportunity to explore additional pathways. We have already seen the pathways increase from 4 to 7, with an 8th being added in the future. Creswell, like many or most districts, have a need to close the learning gap created during COVID-19 pandemic. The data has shown that this gap has begun to close, with reading and math proficiency in K-8 trending back to pre-COVID levels. While at the high school, on-time graduation has increased 5%, with the 5th year graduation decreasing by the same number. This has been a significant body of work led by Superintendent Johnson. The school board recognizes that Superintendent Johnson has been instrumental and worked tirelessly in making sure that Creswell School District is doing what is best for kids. Mike, we thank you for your dedication to our district and for your leadership in working towards what is best for our community's kids.
Well, thank you. Those are good words. A lot of good information. I have a short statement. If I
Okay,
could.
yes.
I'd like to thank you for a thorough evaluation process, the whole board, of my goals of professional performance over this past year. It's been an honor to serve the Creswell community and to be a member of this district staff. We have the winning combination needed to provide the best learning environment for our kids. A collaborative partnership with the board and the superintendent, and a talented and hardworking district leadership team that works alongside of our staff, and together, we are determined to elevate the district towards the North Star. Looking forward to working and continuing to work with you and for this district.
Thank you. All right. Well, I know we need to vote. All in favor? Okay.
Double-handed.
Yeah. I will look to people that aren't here. Okay. Okay, public comment, Joel, you have any public comment?
No.
Okay, perfect. So now we're moving right on to unfinished business, and then.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, no, we're moving on to, wait, what did
You
I
are
do?
just-
I skipped public comment, I didn't ask him, I just moved past that. Now we need the action to appoint a budget committee member. So,
We can move to approve.
I just look at Candace now, she just does that.
I didn't see what I'm saying. Catherine, correct.
Okay.
I'll second.
Okay, all in favor?
So glad she was interested.
Yeah, that was exciting. Marilyn, how does that leave us with on the
One.
vacant? One, just one? That's pretty good. Haven't we gone into years with more than one vacant before? Yeah.
And I will reach out to her tomorrow. I'll let her know that she was approved and I'll send her the calendar.
Okay.
Calendar.
Perfect.
She's gonna be amazing.
Oh, okay. I have not had the, opportunity. Okay, and so then this is the next item is the discussion on the budget committee calendar, and I think that the discussion on that is what time we are wanting to meet. In the past, we've done, I don't know.
We've done 6 and 6:30,
In
so
6:30, so I mean, just polling people for what they prefer.
Daytime bother.
Yeah,
I prefer the earlier the better, so that we can get home in a decent hour.
I tend to lean that way, and I don't think that 6 is a problem for Tim either on a normal
I
week.
think if he has enough notice, he'd indicate.
I think he is
he's
too, so we can just let him know as soon as possible that we decide on 6, that's fine, because I think that he can make 6, I think that he just had a conflict of interest today. And so I'm for 6, what do you think, Mike?
6 is fine, anytime that you guys would like, I'm good.
Yeah. Any vote out there?
I just want to say, like you said, get home. I don't know if you noticed, but on the calendar, we had put via Zoom.
I was gonna ask that.
Um,
to confirm.
Because last year we could have gone back to person, but we also decided it was such a large committee, it was actually more efficient or easier for people to join via Zoom.
I'm so glad you said that. I don't care either way. I can hop off Zoom early as well.
Yeah,
So-
It is easier to have it recorded via Zoom too. just so that-
yeah. Well, I don't.
Yeah, I mean, I prefer it in person. I thought they were more effective in person. Personally, I don't know what you thought.
I've never been to one in person.
Yeah.
Have you?
They would have
Yeah.
it in person.
I must have missed the first one for some reason.
So, I mean, I'm okay either way. Yeah, I always prefer in-person meetings just because the interaction's easier. I think it's easier for folks to ask questions, but I also understand when you're presenting a lot of stuff, sometimes it's easier if it's like front and center. So
Do you have
whatever you guys decide is leadership, I'm good with.
Chanel, do you care?
I just went off of last year when we could have gone back in person, but the discussion was around just decided the committee, they thought Zoom was more efficient, so.
It's an equal number of citizen members to board, so every
Oh,
board
so-
member would have a.
Okay, so there's seven, but we're down one, right, so there's 6 more people.
Yeah. So it's 14 or 15 people in a room. And
Well,
we have
yeah,
admin, Chanel.
yeah.
I feel like when we did it in person, there was more participation. That's the only reason I would prefer to do it in person. In Zoom, it felt like we were just listening, we weren't actually like doing anything or discussing. I just always felt like our conversations were better.
I feel like I would like to do it in person too, just because I haven't. I don't have the gavel, but I'm giving my opinion, so like, I feel like I wanted everybody to be heard, but like whatever. I mean, I've not done it in person, because I must have missed the first one for some reason, I've only done the Zoom one. So I think that in person would be my preference, but if you are.
I'll be more present.
I have a tendency to be less interactive as well as Zoom,
So-
I'm like,
If we're gonna do that, can we set up, maybe folks would like to have, we might have dinner before the meeting and start the meeting or something like that. If that's something we would all would like to do.
sure. Whatever's easiest for you. Yeah. I know.
Let's all chat and socialize. If we're gonna be in person, I love it.
Yeah, yeah. Like having to meet some of the budget committee. I mean, well, I mean, other than just be like, well, that's who that is, on the sheet.
5:30 and then meeting must start at 6.
Yeah, that sounds good. That works perfect. Or should we do it 6 and 6:30? I want Tim to get, well, Tim will be getting by 5:30.
I'll make them up late.
Okay, then we'll do that. We'll do 5:30 and we'll make them up late.
Okay.
All right. Yeah, I thought so. All right, so we made a decision on that, so there you go.
I will let
Alright.
folks know. Good.
All right, thank you.
I like it.
All right. Then we have some policies to discuss or move to.
I think these are just our first read, right? Like these are posted as a first
Action.
read.
Yeah,
Yeah, just as a posted first. read, right?
Okay.
we're running action to the post.
Yeah,
Okay.
and then next meeting, everyone will read them and then we'll.
Okay, so the action is to postpone.
Yeah. So I moved to post the revised policies as outlined in that action item. I don't want to read them.
Yeah, I'll second that.
Okay, all right, all in favor? Okay, so now they're posted.
There are some very interesting pieces in the harassment policy that I do encourage everyone to read.
Thanks for letting us know that out, because sometimes I don't like specifically dial in from,
Yeah.
so. All right, the next item is the school calendar.
So we processed the school calendar. You saw the different criteria that we have involved in this. So the leadership team of the district got together, kind of figured out some dates and what was important to their operations. We also aligned this to Lane County school districts and their break times. And CEA has approved, or they think this is their input, let's move forward. And so now this is up to the board for adoption.
I move to approve the 2024-2025 school calendar.
I'll second that.
All in favor? Or any questions?
I have a question.
Okay,
Will it
sorry.
be amended once the bargaining committee with the teachers is complete?
We wouldn't discuss that, any bargaining things on this calendar.
But I think your point is, if for whatever reason something changed, then we could always revote on it.
Both in the board determines, yeah.
Yeah.
The calendar, so it would be brought forward to the board.
Yeah. Like if we needed to align to something that happened in bargaining, we could always update that.
For any reason.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm having a hard time with my iPad today. What am I doing? All right. Anything else on that? Are we good? All right. Next item. Creswell High School Code of Conduct.
So I move to approve the updated Creswell High School Code of Conduct.
Second.
All right, do we have any discussion on this? Or any information that we
Yes,
did?
we all did.
See, I didn't vote first, so I knew that was the following rules
Do you
here.
want me to give an update, Mike?
Sure.
So, the section that is updated in the high school code of conduct is around the drug and alcohol use policy. So the policy, or sorry, section, I should say, because it's not technically a policy, right, but code of conduct. But the section of drug and alcohol use, we've updated the consequences for first and second offenses to align more to what we're seeing in other districts. Also, we took out the piece that if you cross over school years, the consequence ended even if maybe you hadn't fulfilled it. So we've added it just to try to create equity amongst, regardless of when an offense may or may not happen.
So remind me, what are our offenses? I mean, what not offenses? What are the consequences?
You're in this
They're in
policy.
this, they're on.
Are you asking what they are currently or what they are in policy? It's on page 4 is where it starts.
Yeah.
And so it goes into what a first offense is notifying your parent, and then you have a 14-day test.
I did see this,
Yeah.
I'm just drawing a blank on.
So it goes 4 weeks, 6 weeks, and then 1 year.
And this was more supportive of students and giving them, second chances, you know, to make up for their mistakes. They are young folks, but we want them to get help if they need help. And so this is supporting that through the process.
Okay. I'm assuming coaches have all read this and feel like this has enough teeth to actually affect some behavior, because we've had some bad behavior in other places over the years, and I would just hope that the coaches feel like they have enough teeth to actually ensure that doesn't happen again.
Is
Because
it
while it's
something that
after
each
school-
time they go over with each, like
Yeah.
each sport, like when you start fall sports, winter sports, spring sports, or is this just?
It's
No.
at the beginning of the year, every athlete signs it.
See, we maybe need a reminder.
They do every time the season starts,
Oh,
they
that's what I meant.
review,
That's what I meant.
but they sign this at the beginning of the year.
And they remind them that they
And then-
signed it.
It goes through, but, where the teeth really isn't in the coach. The coach is the conduct of, you know, sportsmanship.
Mhm.
But when it comes to the consequences, it's the AD.
Great.
So this is the
Okay.
teeth for the AD.
Okay. All right. And I'm assuming Brandon has worked on this with the updates to make sure he's getting what he needs to.
We collaborated on this and we pulled all actually, we even went beyond Lane County.
Okay,
But we pulled and compared all of the policies out there, for each school district. And, ours was quite outdated. And so we brought some language into, you know, current times. And, we also had some language in there that wasn't, to be honest, equitable.
okay.
And so now we have equitable
Great,
procedures in place.
awesome, good work.
Thank you. Alright. Yeah. Just teasing. All in favor? I didn't vote yet, and I remembered to waiting today. Alright. So the next item on our agenda is the boys tennis.
Yeah, so we've participated in collective sponsorships in the past, you know, when our kids have gone, and other kids from Nate, like Pete Hill, participated on our tennis team when we had a fully loaded tennis team, and they didn't, and they practiced with our kids, so they had someone to practice with.
Yeah.
In this situation, we have a boy tennis player, but we don't have a tennis team, and so he doesn't have any players to play. And we are asking the support of the board, approval of the board, that this boy be able to practice with the Thurston team. And, but that he will continue to compete at the 3A level for Creswell in our league. His practices will be there. Both schools will provide their own separate coaching resources. Thurston will provide the primary practice and training facilities, and both schools will provide their own transportation to the events and all to practices.
I was just gonna ask, does that mean he rides with Thurston, but we,
We'll transport him to our league events,
okay.
or
Sweet.
he could ride.
So when we transfer him to practice? Or is that a family thing?
That's
No.
everything.
Oh.
Okay, yes. Awesome. Anything to keep kids engaged.
I know, yeah. All right. Give me a motion.
I move to approve the boys tennis collective sponsorship.
All right, all in favor? All right.
Thank you.
Is it possible that we're already the trustee reports? We need to slow this down. It's nice outside. I know, it is funny, I was like, we're here till dark.
You're doing great.
Yeah.
Mike, you wanna start for us? Do you have a trustee report?
Hold it. Let's see, been to a Lane ESD meeting. Been to, I think, 3 of the union meetings in your absence, and that was really interesting. I think Mike and the leadership team are doing an absolutely fantastic job in this. I don't know where it's gonna turn out yet, it's not done, but it's, I think they're doing great. And what's fun is to watching when we all go back to the caucus and watching how everybody collaborates together and talks things through, and there's some sharp people in that room, not counting me, but the rest of them, they're really good. The other thing, if it's okay with you guys, I'd like to invite Kylie Chisholm to come in and talk for a few minutes to us, because she graduated last year, and I think next year she's gonna graduate from the University of Arizona State University. And she's going through forensic science, I think, which I don't think is a very easy class. And I'd just like her to talk about, she took a lot of the college prep classes here. And I'd just like to hear some good words about the high school and what you can do if you want to. It all goes back to money, all the money she doesn't have to spend going to college, which I think is great. But if it's okay, I'd like to invite her in and just say a few words about what she's going through.
Exactly. I like the presentation, yeah.
Okay, I'll talk to her. Other than that's all I did.
Awesome. I am in IRC reading with kindergarten on Friday mornings. Love that still. Been to some track meets, high school track meets. Those are going well. I'm still cold. And I think that's it.
And Lacey was acknowledged for her volunteer at FBLA.
Yeah, thank you. I was up at the opening ceremony
Yeah.
with FBLA. It was a fun, very fun night.
Mhm.
Very fun night. Proud of all of our kids up there.
Congratulations.
Thank you. I also got to go to a couple of the bargaining meetings. Let's see Mike over here.
We have more, we can keep coming.
I'm good, they're actually quite interesting.
Yeah.
And then I was at the bond oversight committee meeting last week, I had the opportunity to hatch 1,200 eggs in the rain at the middle school a couple weeks ago for Easter. Oh, I just went to the middle school track meet and I am the middle school's blue bag lady, like I am the camera. No way. Yeah, yeah, it's near the middle school.
Yeah, great.
We had a leadership meeting. I feel like we had a policy committee.
We did,
meeting.
yeah.
Yeah, okay, so we had those two things, and then obviously practice every day, softball practice, and or games. We're 2 weeks into the actual league season, so. The last week was a rough week, this week has been a good week. We won 15-5 on Monday, 10-0 yesterday, and head to Sisters tomorrow. I can't go, but the girls are there. The girls in Scott.
Yeah, I haven't done a lot, I just got back into town a while ago. Thank you, Mike, for covering for me while I was away. I did leadership and then did superintendent evaluation or executive session. That was, right now, you guys all did that too. But yeah, that's all I've done this time. And I think it's on one more thing. Thank you for reading something for us.
I'm gonna read the resolution for Teachers Appreciation Week. So whereas teachers mold future citizens through guidance and education, and whereas teachers encounter students with widely differing backgrounds, and whereas our country's future depends upon providing quality education to all students, and whereas teachers spend countless hours preparing lessons, evaluating progress, counseling and coaching students, and performing community service, and whereas our community recognizes and supports its teachers in educating the children of this community. Now, therefore, be it resolved that the Creswell School Board of Directors proclaim May 6th through 10th, 2024 to be Teacher Appreciation Week, and be it further resolved that the Creswell School District Board of Directors strongly encourages all members of our community to join with it in personally expressing appreciation to our teachers for their dedication and devotion to their work. Adopted the 10th day of April, 2024. By Debbie.
All right. I think that little few things on the reminders for calendar. We have a regular school board meeting, and then we're gonna be here for budget meeting on the 15th. And we decided we'll be here at 5:30. And then that's all I have. I know that there's a bargaining meeting on the
May,
6th, May 16th.
got it marked on my calendar, I
Yeah, so,
can't wait. We're
Yeah.
gonna have
so, but
more progress.
I think that is it, and we can adjourn our meeting. Oh, wait, no, I can't.
May 16th, what time does that start? 4?
Uh,
4:30? Okay, yeah. Sit in the audience and watch that.
all right, if that's everything, I will adjourn tonight's meeting. Enjoy the sunshine. This is cute. How did that happen?